Let's do this thing. Let's move.
JoBodie.
I'm Gerald Ford, and you're not.
Love Jesus Christ.
I love whales.
I like skinny, scrawny guys.
Waking up every day and still being fucking ugly.
I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
But the key is to make it. The key is never give up. The key is not to drive your jet ski in the dark.
You don't need nobody.
JoBodie. Curiosity opened up to a whole nother world. With
about what?
About just hair and with you in barber school.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm gonna find a sewer video. Yeah.
I saw a TikTok the other day. I swear it was like, did you know? My TikTok is weird. My TikTok,
dude, that's probably like what I look forward to most. Just like hearing what you're finding on TikTok. Like you find some cool shit and crazy shit on there,
dude. My TikTok the other day told me that we're in a new reality, and it all started when Harambe died.
That's the catalyst.
Yeah, it was like Harambe died, and now we're in a new dimension.
I do remember, bro. In 20, I just remember, like, even though that was 20, what, 12 or 14?
Dude, it's been a while. I don't know.
It's been a while. It happened when I was in college, and everybody started eating at the Ethiopian restaurant.
Yeah, Harambe.
Yeah,
they changed their name.
Oh, they did.
Not because of that, but I realized that the other day. I was driving through.
It was Stolen Valor.
I was like, that used to be Harambe.
And they changed it.
They killed him.
They killed him.
Yeah,
it would be funny if they just changed it to like the Ethiopian restaurant.
And
dude,
have you ever eaten?
It was way better.
Have you ever eaten at that place?
No,
dude. Ethiopian.
I thought
food
it was cursed because of Harambe. Does it really suck? Everyone hypes it up.
No, dude.
Everybody was like, "You gotta go spend $60."
Bro, you gotta eat with your hands, dude. I do that every time I go to McDonald's. It's not that big of a deal.
I eat more meals with my hands than with my hand.
We live in America. All we do is eat with our hands. Why is everyone just realizing it now?
Like that was such a cultural experience I just had. I do remember like people talking about it in like a profound way. They'd come back.
Yeah.
Like it was like a mission trip for them. They would just go to Harambe,
I do think
the
thing is, it's such a funny highlight to say like, oh, dude, I went to this Ethiopian place. You wouldn't believe. I ate with my hands. I'm like, dude.
Of course they eat with their hands.
Bro, what? That's every burger place.
That's every burger place.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude. Anyway,
like,
so yeah,
my
TikTok feed is like, dude, we're in a new reality. I've gotten so many like new reality, new dimension videos. Like, they're trying to get me. They're trying to reel me. I just think they're interesting.
What reality do you think they want you to believe in?
I mean, they all conclude in the same way. They're all like, well, if I'm in a new reality, like, you know, it's the reality I live in. So
that's it.
That's it.
I feel like if TikTok were to feed me those videos, the ones that would come across for me would be like, okay, we're in another reality. Homer Simpson was this instead. And then at the end of the video, they'd be like, that's why you should vote for Joe Biden. Like, they always do that shit, dude. Like, they always you after 3 videos, you're like, oh, okay, they mentioned Trump or Biden like 5 times. And you're like, that's the reality they're living in, dude.
Dude. When is the election?
Next November. Like a year away. I guess it'll be November 4th.
I feel like it's gone by fast.
Yeah.
The 4 years.
When the president's slow, it goes by fast, dude.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Dude, I mean, I don't really care too much about politics, but yeah, I'm not for anybody, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like
that's why I don't want TikTok hitting me with the politics. Like, I'd be off of it less. I'd be on it more if it wasn't doing that.
Dude, the most political things I get on TikToks is like people, I don't understand what their life is, or maybe it's just their whole life, but they're just always on live. They're always on live no matter what time of day I go on my TikTok and just scroll through.
Yeah.
They're on their live and they're just live debating random people. And it's like either one dude that's like,
it's a pretty good work day.
One dude talking about like, prove to me God is real. And then like 5 scrolls later, it's like, prove to me God is not real. And I'm like, okay. And then like, it's
they don't even believe in it. They just choose a side and then they argue with people online.
And then it's like some dudes like, like gays belong in heaven. Prove it to me. Like, you know, or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, like, how are you on live 24?
We all know the answer to that question.
But why are you on live 24/7?
Yeah, just
and it's
people.
always like something political. Like the other day, it was like, you know, women for Trump just on live
That group
all
is
day
pretty
long,
solid.
and I'm just like, bro, like, get a life. Like,
Yeah.
dude, just people on live all day long just freaking irks my nerves, bro. Dude,
It's crazy. Like I get the internet has taken over. I even understand if somebody is like working online full time.
Yeah.
But when you don't have like a job online, like I mean I get it's not even content creation at that point. You're just like, hey, it's just Zoom that's publicized.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
live Zoom. And you're just debating somebody about God or gays or something, and you're like, dude,
Politics.
and then it has like 11,500 people watching it, and you're like, why are people watching this at 10:30 in the morning? like I don't.
What
get
are
it.
they
Like,
doing?
Yeah, and then you realize that you logged in for like 30 seconds watching it, and you're like, I'm doing it,
Yeah.
and then you get mad, and then now you're women for Trump. So now you're in a women's
Nah,
group
dude.
for Trump.
I just scroll right past. I don't even know why they keep on showing up. I don't know.
I just watched a cool documentary the other day with Chris, dude, and like. It's like a 3 or 4 episode thing on Apple TV, and it was I forget the name. I think it's like Engagement or something. Rules of Engagement. It's about like this Navy SEAL guy who got accused of all these war crimes in like 2017 or 18. But it was the first time ever that like Navy SEALs had come out against their own commander type of thing. And dude, it is.
Did he do them?
That's like, dude, the whole show is about did he do it or not, and all the evidence that says he did and that he didn't. And then there was, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but there's like a key court witness that once they call them to the stand, changes everything because it kind of like overturns the defense and the prosecution's like whole flow of argument and shit like that. And so you're kind of left. Like at the end of the day, they already had a verdict. I don't want to spoil it. You can Google it, but I mean, he was not guilty in court of the law. But all the evidence said that this guy did it. Like the way that they presented it in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like the most memorable thing that I will spoil because it's the funniest thing that the accused guy Eddie Miller, like they asked him, they were like, they were saying that okay, we found an ISIS guy after we bombed a place. He was 14 or 15 years old. He was dying. He's a prisoner of war now. And they were just like, yeah, this guy just stabbed him multiple times. Like he just came up to him. He's like, yeah, I'll get the med kit and do it. I'll stab him. And then right as the guy started getting aggressive with the body, the soldier turned his footage off, so you don't see anything after that. And then the next thing you see is just a picture of him and all these guys standing in front of the body, and it's like a dead dude with like blood everywhere.
Dude, I don't know how it happened.
And he's like, I don't know how it happened.
I don't know.
This is they ask him the interviewer for the documentary. He goes,
Dog, that's crazy.
yeah.
This
He literally
dude just out
He literally
here.
goes like, he asked Eddie Miller or whatever his name is. He was like, hey, did you stab him? And the guy was like, no, I didn't stab him. And he was like, I walked up. Technically I'm a certified medic. I decided to give him, some medical attention. And he started moving. Next thing you know, I'm working with him. Next thing you know, he's dead. And so after he's dead, I take out the tubes that we had in him, and then I find the wound on his body and I stab it. Like he just says it casually, and I'm like,
I
stabbed the
wish
guy.
everyone answered questions during interrogations the way Lil Wayne does. Have you ever seen Lil Wayne get questioned for like some law thing, like some thing in like 2012?
Like in a courtroom?
Not in a courtroom.
Like an
I think
interview or something?
eventually he got to a courtroom, but this was like, I guess, I don't know how the law system works. I'm just gonna put
Rap
it out.
lyrics, something like that.
I don't know how the law works.
I'm working on limited knowledge too.
And
brother.
I don't know what he was charged with, so don't ask me that. All I know is that there's a video of him being questioned by a lawyer, and I think there's a judge in the room as well.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this is before the court date.
So maybe a deposition or something like that.
I don't even know what
You're
the
like-
fuck that word means. I don't know. All I know is that he was being questioned by a lawyer, and I think there was a judge there, but it wasn't in like a big room. It was like a questioning room. But anyway,
Yeah, it
they're
could've been
like
that.
they're watching like a video of like him being interviewed by Katie Couric, or what's her girl's name? Katie,
like some news lady or something, or like a
Katie
lawyer?
Couric. She's like a
Katie-
famous like interviewer from
I'm
like
dumb.
ABC.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, what? Anyway, so
You
he's
didn't know
getting
what that was.
interviewed. Shut up. So he's getting interviewed, right? And then like they're watching the interview, and like he's watching it. He turns back around real slowly, and the lawyer's like, "So is that you being interviewed by Katie Couric?" And he was like, he just looks at the man. He was like, "What's your name?" He was like, "That's not the question." And he looks behind. He was like, "What's his name?" And then like someone tells him his name. He was like, let's say I forgot his name, but he's like, hey Jeff. He was like, Jeff, that's a stupid ass question. You just saw me on there getting interviewed.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking question is that? And then he was like, another question was like, did you perform with Drake at yada 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 music festival? And he's like, man, I don't know, but I did perform at a badass bitch's birthday party last week. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, dude.
He's like, man, I don't know.
Can I pull this up real quick?
Yeah,
Is it too old for the listeners, or is it always tried and true funny, dude?
Dude, it's so good.
Lil Wayne has given some amazing interviews. I'm not surprised he did that shit in court.
I mean, that wasn't even an interview. That was him being Lil Wayne.
That's a dumbass. He asked
Questioned by
people.
lawyer.
He asked multiple people for his name just to tell them it was a stupid question. I like that.
Hold on, wait.
I got the screen record on the drop down.
Yeah, I just put it on there. Okay.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
Is that an interview that I actually gave with Katie Couric?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Hey, well, that's not the question.
What's his name? Huh? Pete Ross. Pete Ross, that's a stupid ass question. You just saw me.
He's so mad,
Okay.
dude. He's so serious about it.
Did you perform at the
He's got the hood up
Virgin
now.
Mobile Music Fest in 2008 with Kanye West?
I
don't know.
But I know I did perform at this badass bitch birthday party recently. It was crazy, stupid thick.
Crazy,
Something that you
stupid
would remember if your album, The Carter 3, was the biggest selling album of the year in 2008?
Isn't it something that I would remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that a personal opinion type question? So I got that. I mean, because I would be actually answering the question to, isn't it something? That's my question. Isn't it something?
That you would remember?
Isn't it something? That's the question I have to answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Isn't it something?
You do the best, try to answer it.
Yeah, it's something
Oh
out of
my
your
God.
ass.
It's something out of your ass.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, it is something out of your
Okay.
ass.
Have you ever hired a photographer?
Dude, he looks so
to
serious right now. He's
photograph
not
an
having
event?
Have I ever hired a photographer to photograph a man? Sorry, sir, no, I'm a superstar. People hire them themselves to photograph me. We don't hire them.
Do you recall that any criminal actions were pending against
His
you
face
at the end
kills
of
me.
2008?
I don't recall any.
Do you recall being at all concerned about any criminal actions that may have been pending against you at the end of 2008?
I don't recall.
Do you recall that in the summer of
long.
2007 you were arrested in New York City, 2010? How would you describe your image in the media?
How would I describe my image in the media?
Yes.
I wouldn't describe it.
Well, how would you describe it if you had to?
I don't have to.
Well, what image are you portraying?
I don't have
in the
to.
I
media?
don't have to.
Portray anything. I am who I am, and you guys portray what you get.
No, who are
100,
you?
dude.
Who is the
I
real?
am Dwayne Michael Carter Jr.
Okay. Do you like to portray yourself as?
I just answered that and said that I don't like to portray myself as nobody.
Okay.
I completely be Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. I don't portray myself as anything. An image is self-described.
Well, you have to wait till I'm done with the question.
I don't have to wait to anything. I understand.
I fucking love this.
I don't
dude.
have to wait.
How have I never seen this?
But personally, I don't have to do nothing.
Personally, I
Go
don't
ahead,
have to
ask
do
the
nothing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you like
He
to?
can't save you, right? In the real world. That guy right there. He can't save you in the real world.
What? You talking
What
about the
does
security
that
guard?
mean?
I don't have to elaborate.
Is that
Ask your next question,
is
please,
that
Mr. Ross.
a threat against
sir,
them?
it's not.
Mr.
No,
Ross,
sir,
can
it's
you
not.
just ask your next question, please?
He's like, shut up, dude. You're getting threatened.
Blake's
This
there.
is wild.
He can't save you.
It goes back.
And what does that mean?
I was talking to myself.
Oh my, dude, Lil Wayne's a
can't save
philosopher,
you.
dude.
I was
You have
talking
to be mad
myself.
level genius to pull that off.
Dude, my favorite is like,
really,
man, I don't know. But I know I did perform at a badass bitch's birthday party last week. She was stupid, crazy thick. Dude, I wish everyone answered. Dude, if I'm ever called in for questionings,
that's how I'm doing it.
I'm gonna start looking at my hands.
Yeah, he really was just like checking his nails out. It was a pretty bad lawyer. He asked a lot of open-ended questions, and so you've got to ask tough, specific questions.
Yeah,
you can't be like, "How would you describe your personality?" You got to be like, "Describe your like."
No, I do think it's funny how like Wayne called him out. He was like, "Isn't it something you would remember?" He's like, "Isn't it something?"
Right.
Isn't that a personal question? You're asking the question, isn't it something?
Yeah, you're just asking the
how does that
knowledgeable things?
Like, yeah, but it's like I guess like in a courtroom, like how does that hold up? It's like, well, in questioning, he answered that it would be something that he would remember. So that means he could remember. Like what? Like,
yeah, it's just
I don't know how law
at that
works.
Point.
Clearly, I don't know what
that would freak me out if I had like a real case to be in and I was involved with it somehow. And then all of a sudden, like some guy's throwing words at me I've never heard, I would be trembling on the inside because I don't know what those words mean.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you say one thing a certain way, and now you're indicted for something.
That's probably
that
true.
would freak me out. I would before any of that stuff. I would have a lawyer sit down and be like, "I'm like, dude, you have to tell me. Assume I'm an idiot. Assume I don't know anything. Assume I only know the word deposition."
I don't know that word.
I learned it, and it sounded like composition, and I was like, "That's close enough to remember."
Deposition.
It's just like when the lawyers ask you a bunch of questions, like you just go to like a law office or something.
So that's probably what that was.
That's probably what that was. That looked like a deposition tape.
Yeah.
To me, like so, it probably was that. And you don't have to. You're not like under oath or anything. I don't think during depositions. I could also be wrong.
I don't know.
Just assume that I'm
I feel
wrong,
like you're only under oath like in the courtroom.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of say whatever you want. The best thing that he said was he was like, "How would you describe your?" persona, and he's like, I wouldn't describe it.
I wouldn't describe.
That's such a fucking
How would
funny
you describe
answer,
it if you had to? I wouldn't have to.
I wouldn't have to, dude. Yeah, it's terrible questioning though.
Yeah,
like,
it is
you can
kinda...
answer all those questions. Those are good responses for questions like that.
That is true. Yeah. Anyway, I just wish everyone answered questions like that. That'd be so funny.
I hope that lawyer was like watching that video on YouTube later, just being like, "Oh, everybody thinks I'm stupid." No, and he just like Lil Wayne owned you in a deposition. Like this is your career and your job, and this guy's a rapper, and he just came in and made you look like
he probably had a really good lawyer just train him.
Yeah.
Like,
he like went home and he like downloaded all the rap music off of his iTunes.
Yeah.
He got angry about
dude,
it.
I found that video. Actually, I've known that video existed for probably a while, but recently that video like showed up on my like TikTok feed, and I was reintroduced to it, and that got me into like a whole Lil Wayne like rabbit hole.
Oh shoot!
Like I just like looked up Lil Wayne on TikTok and just went through like probably 30,000 videos. Like I was just like scrolling for hours.
I somehow imagine that's not his first deposition or his only one out
Probably
there.
not. No, but I mean that's the only deposition I can find. But there was a lot of like interviews, like little clips, like funny interviews. That's not an interview. That's a questioning. But like there's a lot of funny like interview.
I have seen one other funny
TikTok.
interview with Lil Wayne where people are reading him rap lyrics that he said in the past, and then they're saying them, and he's getting hype over them. And then towards the end, he's like, "I said that shit," and they were like, and this is some white guy. He was like, "You said that shit."
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Like, I said that. Who said that? You said that.
He's like, and then he's like, "All right, that's right, I did say that."
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, like he remembered at the end, dude.
Dude, one of my favorites, like
I did
someone
say
walks
that.
up to him. I think this is a very recent video. Someone walks up to him and was like, "Hey, Wayne, what's your favorite food?" And he's like, or what's your favorite meal? He said, "Pussy."
What's your favorite meal? That would be a baller move too. Like if you got sentenced to death in jail and they were like, "What's your last meal?" and you're like, "Pussy." Yeah. And like we're like, "Whose?" Like, you're in fucking prison.
And
You've been in jail for 29 years now. Every woman you've ever known is either dead or married or gone or out
Old
of your
as fuck.
life. Yeah.
Dude,
like, do you just hit up an OnlyFans girl for that? And you like
probably, I
does
don't
the
know.
state pay her?
Yeah.
Is that on our tax money?
I feel like it would just be a guard.
True.
Just like a
yeah.
random guard. Like,
If
hey,
you could order pussy with tax money on death row, that would be pretty crazy, dude. Like, it'd be
order
pretty-
pussy on bro.
Tax
I think I just realized this, but like you can like pay for pussy. Pussy.
I was expecting you to end the sentence just said that.
Like,
I think I'm just realizing this. The oldest job that ever exists.
Like,
It's real.
Like, no. Obviously, I know, like, it's real, but I
Yeah.
feel like I used to think it was more taboo than it probably actually is in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I was working Uber, and this guy was like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, like Tampa, Florida." He was like, "Oh, dude, I love Florida." He was like, "Bro, you ever seen them? You ever been in a strip club in Miami?" And I was like, No. He was like, "Dude." He was like, "You see," and he was black. He was like, "I only ever go to black strip clubs." And I was at this strip club in Miami, and my homeboy came up to me. He was like, "Oh, bro, there's a Spanish strip club right down the block, and there's a bitch in there selling pussy for $1,200. He was like, and he said, he was like, $1,200. He was like, I never seen pussy for $1,200.
Yeah.
He was like, shoot, I ain't paying it, but I want to see it.
Dude, they locked that pussy up behind plastic at CVS, dude. That's too expensive, bro.
Bro, he was like, I walked over there just to see it. He was like, I just wanted to see some $1,200.
It's just in the display window, dude.
And he was like, bro, I walked in that strip club. He was like, I've never even seen badass bitches like that. He was like, they're all Caribbean. I was like, what the fuck? This dude was just having a full blown conversation with himself.
They were all island
in
certified.
my Uber, in the car, bro. And
so that is.
He was like, the cheapest pussy in that place was $500. Did you ask every girl? I was like,
he's just like, how much was it, girl? She's like, I am the bartender.
But how much?
She's like,
$1,200.
$786. I'm like, wow, I got the
Dude,
mid level.
he was like, bro, they'll give you that pussy right on the floor. I was like, what? I was like, you're just fucking on the floor. He was like, they'll just give it to you right there in the strip club. You know, you get a little private room. I was like, what the fuck?
It's not even a private room. There's just like a little velvet thing with a handle. It's just a corner to
Bro,
fucking.
but anyway, I think I just realized that happens. Did you know that happens?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've
Is
never,
this
I've
a
never
common-
personally done it before. I've never paid for. I've never like.
Well, no, I knew you can like buy or purchase
You
a
understood
service.
that it existed.
I knew you can purchase a service, but I feel like the way that happened
You
was a
yeah.
little more low key. I didn't know you can
Yes.
just walk to a strip club
yeah.
and be like, "Hey, girl."
Not every strip club, I feel like though. But probably it depends.
Probably
on
a lot of
If you're
them.
busting out $1,200, probably. Like,
Dude.
No, but it's one thing if that strip club was like had like a sign that was like $1,200. Like not like a sign, but if
No,
it was,
it's not a sign, but
if
it's
it was
like
well known, then it's like. But some strip clubs like don't advertise that. Like even, but
Well-
like I'm sure that you could like talk to a girl and be like, for
well, when I say like you're getting
will
it at a strip club, I'm not saying like like, oh, Chick-fil-A has like fries that you can go buy. It's a menu item.
Right.
I think it's more like, it's like the girls are just like, oh yeah, like you can get a private dance with me.
Yeah.
You add a $1,200 tip on top. I might give you more than a private dance.
It's like the secret menu at In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's a secret menu.
Yeah,
It's that
for
animal
real.
style, bro.
Yeah, for real. Dude.
I want it animal style.
Yeah, I want it animal style. Dude.
I want no buns, extra meat on the bone.
Extra meat on the bone. Yeah, dude. Oh
Anyway.
my God, that's funny. I think is you didn't realize how accessible it was.
Yeah.
Like for you were like when you thought about a hooker, you thought about like, okay, probably 25% chance I'm gonna die.
I thought it was.
I'm not gonna lie,
I thought you had to go to like a sketchy neighborhood,
yeah, dude.
and like I thought it was like getting weed nowadays in South Carolina. Like you're at a trap house,
yeah, dude.
and you're scared for your life, and all you want is a little buzz.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. All you want is some head. And next thing you know, dude, you're getting in a car with a lady. She pulls a gun on you. She's a cop. You're getting arrested.
She's like,
yeah. She's like, this is illegal,
she's
right?
like,
You're like, this is Miami. I thought I could do that here.
and you're questioning. They're like, "Did you solicit sex from Officer Rodriguez?"
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did have sex with a badass bitch last week.
For $1,200. You're like, oh damn it! I told myself. She's like, we checked your YouTube search history, and you were looking up strip clubs in Miami, and they got you. That
They
would be
got
crazy
you.
if they would just started to geolocate you, just local cops.
I don't know if maybe they can do. I feel like
Yeah.
FBI can
I was
probably do that.
but like I always thought it was like like dangerous. Like you couldn't like it wasn't as easy. It wasn't like just you walk into a
Dude,
establishment. You know
How many
like-
years of no sex would it take for you to buy pussy?
Probably like.
Like, how long would it take masturbation? How long?
Like if you weren't allowed to do that either.
No. You're allowed to masturbate, but how long would you be able to just get by just doing that before you got to like, all right, I'm about to spend like $500.
I think if I was at the point where I would hopefully not, just because I feel like that's just a way to instantly get a disease you can never cure. Like that would be my biggest fear.
Well, I mean, if you pay like $1,200,
Yeah.
she's probably clean. She probably gets tested once a week. You know.
Yeah, if
feel
you're
like
spending
the
like
higher
if
end-
you're- I would probably say that I would. Well, if I had to give a hypothetical year, I think it'd probably be like 3,
3?
maybe. Because here's what I would, dude. I would just hope to. I would just be trying to hold on as
3.
long as I could, or 5, or 5. I don't know.
3.
I've never thought about this. Here's what I would
3
know.
years?
Wait. Here's
Bro,
what
you know
I'd
how
silly
fast
say.
3 years
I
goes
don't
by?
know, dude. I don't know, bro.
In
now that I'm
3?
learning that it's you're not gonna die instantly.
Bro, I was
Like, you're not
talking to
gonna
I was
get
talking
robbed.
to I was talking to Lauren the other day about this, and I was like, I feel like I would go like 10 years. She was like 10 years, and I was like,
Yeah,
listen,
10's better. I'll go.
I
with
was like, I'd probably like just straight masturbate for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And then like that would get boring.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably buy like some type of toy. That would last me for like another year or
I think
two.
you would just never
You
return
know?
from that. I think that would the technology for that's probably too far gone.
That's probably true. But I
Yeah.
feel like eventually that would get tiring. You know, I'd be like, oh, I'm tired of this toy. And then like it would take me 7 years to just like walk into a strip club. Like imagine just like 7 years of not even seeing like titties.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'd like probably walk into a strip club, just be like, okay, it's been a while. I can spend $100, you know, like getting to see some
That's
titties.
a pretty long time. 7
And then,
years.
yeah, dude, I think I
The
could
year
go.
of Jubilee.
I think I
It's
could go a
like-
while.
it's
I think
like
I could go a
Jubilee.
while. And then after
Every
like
7
3 years of
the-
being like, you know, after I'm a regular, you know,
Yeah.
after they know me, like I walk in, they hand me a vodka soda, and like my you know, Sunshine already is
Yeah.
like ready to give me a lap dance.
It's a full
like
service.
I don't even have to ask. I just walk in, drink in hand, girl on lap. Like they already know what's
Like
going
they have
on.
a meeting and they're like, "Hey, this guy hasn't seen titties in 7 years and 3 months. Like this is the dance we're gonna do and this is the
Yeah.
playlist we're gonna play."
So I feel like it would take like a couple years after like I'm a fully like certified regular, and then after that I would be like, okay, I'm comfortable enough
I'm comfortable enough to ask for sex for $1,200.
to be like, hey girl,
Dude, if I'm spending $1,200,
you've been dancing on my lap
Yeah.
for the last 3 years.
Yeah. Can we take it the next step?
I think it's time we take this relationship to the next level.
I'm ready for a commitment. I'm approaching my 30s. I need a commitment in order to keep this relationship viable. Dude, you know how like every 7 years in the Jewish tradition, like they forgive debts?
Mm.
Like what if
Man,
if
I
you-
wish Capital One did that.
Yeah, dude. I think they actually kind of do.
No,
They don't actually forgive it. Like your credit score's fucked, but it's not like they're gonna take you to jail if like you owe a few $1,000s and some you know.
Yeah, but that's
guy is
only if
trying to
you
get it.
like haven't been making the minimum payments.
True.
If you just like don't make any payments, I think it's like 5 years goes by. After 5 years, you can like declare bankruptcy, and then after like another 5 years, then like your credit like starts to rebuild itself.
Right.
It's like a 10-year process.
That's crazy.
If you go from like bankrupt, if you go from like owing way too much money, you can't pay any of it back, to like being able to have like a good credit score, it's like a 10-year process. I think maybe 12 years.
Dude, I'm kind of scared. I have some credit card debt, but some months I just don't pay it.
What?
But not every month.
What?
But just randomly, sometimes I won't, dude. I'll get mad. I'll be like, I'm not doing this. Is that bad? I know it's bad. Yes. But in my mind, dude, I listened to one podcast and they were like, dude, they were like, yeah, it takes like 7 years and another 7 years. And I was like, oh, so I'm not going to go to jail or die. I'm good. Like,
oh my God.
Just some months. I'll just be like, fuck that, you know? Recently, I've been
That
paying
is not good.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
not
quit
good,
doing that. I just need to,
bro.
I just get tired of it.
If I was what's his name?
Caleb Hammer.
Caleb Hammer. I'd be like, he would react exactly how I just reacted.
If I gave my
you need
information
listen to me.
to
Listen to
Caleb
me.
Hammer,
Listen
I
to
would
me.
be like
You
a viral
need
person.
to at least make your minimum payment every single month. Every single time you don't make a payment or you make a late payment, it's on your it affects your score for the next 2 years.
Yes.
But it's on your credit card history for at least, I think,
Probably
5 to 7 years. I think maybe 10, but I think it's 5 or 7.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so every single time you do that, you literally
it just makes no sense to do it.
Well, it's like every single time you do that, you're like restarting the clock until you can have a perfect credit score, essentially, if you want to think about it like that.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, so imagine like some guy is like approaching the 7th year and he like just forgets how many months he has left, and now he's got to start over because he just makes a payment. Like,
exactly.
Damn.
So it's like if you haven't done
That's
that
so
in
funny.
2 years, it's like you just start back at square one if you do it again.
Oh my god.
So you just gotta do it.
Yeah, I just got to do it.
Or
I
you
get
just
mad
gotta
and I'm
pay
like,
it all
I hate
off.
this. Yeah, I can't do that right now. Not
Dude.
if we're buying some broke ass beat down Buick.
What
Well, it's
did you
not
buy?
beat down. I bought a dude. This is a flex car, not really at all.
Yeah.
It's a 2012 Buick Verano. I can't believe I drove to North
Wait,
Carolina.
pull it up. I want to see a picture. Not like your exact car, but just look
Right.
up 2012.
I can't believe I
Buick
drove
Verano.
up to North Carolina for this car. I mean, I just wanted to.
How much was it? If you
It
don't
was like
mind me.
$11,500.
Cool, you do. You don't mind. Cool. Good to know.
But the car's price, I talked him down $1,100 because of the damages that were on the car. I was like, 2 dents in the door here, undercarry on the bumper. I was like, this is going to cost me so much money to replace.
Really?
So
How much did you talk him down?
I talked the price down from 11,200 or 11,445 down to 10,209.
Cool.
And then taxes. Dude, in North Carolina, there's a fee where you can't bypass it and you can't negotiate on it with the dealership. And it's like $6.99. It's literally an administrative fee. And I was like, whenever I was negotiating the price of the car, they told me that like they would not come down on the price on the itemized list of the administrative fee. They only would come down on the price of the car. It's just a 4-door dumbass sedan.
This looks like a grandma car.
It literally is a grandma car.
I like it though. Is
But
it black?
dude, compared to it rides smooth.
Is it black?
It's like a dark brown or something. Like it's either black and then like it's just faded or something like that. You know?
I mean, it looks cool. It does
Somebody
look cool.
short was driving it like last because when I got in it, like the seat was super high up and my head was
Yeah.
like almost on the ceiling, so I like put the seat.
Did you
way
test
down.
drive it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
like wanted to get that car.
How many
'cause
miles?
It's got like 70,000
That's
on there.
Hey, that's good.
It's supposed to last 200 to 250 for the engine, like according to like all the anecdotal reviews that the car has.
Yeah.
And it's got, I mean, according to Consumer Reports, for the price range I was looking for, it said that it had the highest reliable engine and like the least mechanical problems. And so that was the like parameters I used to like search for within the price range I wanted.
Nice.
Yeah. I could have gotten like, like a truck or something, but it would have probably had like way more miles on it and it would have gotten like worse
Yeah.
gas mileage, driving the fucking open mics all the time.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
all right, I
No,
want
you need
that,
something
like-
small, especially
yeah.
if you're driving out to different cities doing open mics. How's
Yeah.
open mic doing, by the way? How's
Dude,
that going
it's
for
going
you?
all right. Yeah, I've been just watching my stuff. I've been like watching my sets a little bit more often. Like I think I've recorded the last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's what you should be doing because it makes you like look at yourself and you're like, God damn, I suck, dude. I gotta get better. Right? Like, yeah, like you just gotta, yeah, you have
That's
to do
how
that.
I feel when I watch this podcast.
Yeah, same. No, yeah,
God
no.
damn, we
No,
suck.
dude, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
No,
doing
we're good. We're good.
But what I'll say, yeah, it's like because you think in your mind like like I'll try to rank myself for no
Yeah.
reason. The only reason I do that is because like Smitty would always do it and then like tell me what he thought,
Mhm.
and then I would just like got in the habit of thinking about it that way, and I was like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But what I will do is think like, okay, well, how did this joke go compared to the other time or whatever, dumb shit like that. But like when you actually watch it, then you start to realize you're like, oh, you need to like you need to be more focused on like communicating to the crowd. Like,
Mhm.
I was like, I was just talking to the wall then. Why was I doing that? Or like, oh, that face I'm making doesn't match like what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's the real key, because that'll actually make your material better.
I also do think it'd be worth it to buy like those little wireless microphones you were talking
I
about.
tried one out that somebody bought.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did it sound good?
Dude, I don't know if you can control it, but the gain was turned so far up that when I started off the set like screaming something, but like with the microphone for the stage way out here. Because the guy who went up before me, like, literally screamed the word booty hole in his set, like, 16 times, dude.
Booty hole!
Booty hole! He was just like, booty hole! Like, it was one of the last bits he did. So I just went on stage and was like, all right, I'm going to talk about booty hole! Like, just fucking, it worked. That was a good, like, way to get in there, but it was so loud because I had the mic on the lapel. I was wearing, like, a flannel with the mic hidden behind the lapel. And it just, like, when I was listening to it, I had my headphones on for the first time, and I just started it, and it was just like, oh, shit, I almost threw my headphones. It was so fucking loud. And I told Dowdy, I was like, dude, we need to turn the gain down on that thing. And I was looking at it, I was like, there's no switch. There's no, so it's probably on an app or something, you know? He had this thing that you connect into the bottom of your phone.
Or maybe, yeah. I was actually looking them on Amazon, and I was like, I saw a couple for like $30. Like,
I think I like
it's really
the
not that
sound.
expensive, but yeah, I definitely think it'd be worth to get your own or to like just borrow Dowdy's here and there.
I think I need to get a stand like his. The stand I have is tall, but I need to put a small stand on the armrest of that walkway. Because
you probably can't control the gain on those. It probably is just like expecting you to talk normally. So when you yell,
yes,
and
I
it's
talk
like
loud
because it's like right here,
right.
So maybe it might be worth it to put it lower on your chest.
Yes.
Instead of like right up to your neck.
It should have been down here.
Yeah.
Closer to
Maybe
my
you should
button.
try. I think you should try to put it on your chest next time.
Yeah.
And if that's still too gainy, then just put it down to your belly button. I don't want you to overcorrect and then have a shitty audio. But
right. I was trying to like because I think it picks up on the mic and the phone. Like you can watch
the surround sound.
Right. I think it does both. Because I was hearing kind of both, but I might, instead of using a mic, just get a new stand so that I don't have to have the phone so far back. I can have it closer to the stage because there is a house speaker for the system right underneath, right above, like where you can put your phone. So the shot is, a little weird looking because it's close, but it's like I'm not posting it. I'm just watching it myself. Like I'm just trying to, as long as I can see myself.
You should post them
when they're good. If they're good, they're never good.
No, you gotta post it whether it's good or bad.
That's
pretty or ugly.
Posting the bad stuff just doesn't make sense to me. It's like
you gotta post it.
I'll post the good. I'll post like bad crowd work, but I don't do much of it.
What would Gary Vee say?
Gary Vee would be the worst advice to take as a comedian. Whatever Gary Vee's advice is.
Yeah, post 4 times a day. I don't give a fuck. Blah.
Yeah, he would say that. Yeah, he would say that. And then you would look at Bert Kreischer and you'd be like, well, that makes sense. He posts every 5 hours and he's like selling arenas out. And you're like, and then you're like, yeah. People make excuses. I make excuses for not doing it. I just don't like watching dude, it's hard to like watch yourself do anything.
It is.
Yeah. Dude, one of the first.
I don't watch our podcast.
No, fuck that.
I don't even watch it when I edit it. I just am like, boom, it's done.
Which I'm glad we switched that style because the way we were doing it earlier, I had to watch the whole thing and it was just kind of like, this is so gay. I was like, I hate watching myself and my friend talk. Like, I like talking.
This
I like
is
doing
why
it with you. And
this is why podcasters hire editors.
That's
because
what I'm saying.
They don't want to watch it.
You can't take yourself seriously and be like,
I feel
zoom
like,
in on my face when I laugh like that.
Bro,
like,
I feel like
fuck,
even if like, because like obviously like it's not like I'm saying we suck, but like obviously like we're still new at this.
Right.
If you're not aware.
Yeah.
So
we have interesting thoughts.
We're not the best. Right?
Yeah.
There is room for progression. But I feel like even people like I'm
no Adam Friedland.
I feel like I'm not gonna be comfortable watching myself, even if I think like, boom, we made it. Like, we're at the peak of perfection. This is the best podcast material that we can provide for you. I hope you like it.
Right.
I'm still not gonna watch those. When we get to that point,
yeah, never.
Like I hate
the
watching
second
myself.
we can financially afford to hire an editor, the shittiest editor, we're gonna do that, dude.
Doesn't take a lot.
I'm just gonna find like some. What we should just do is like find some like freshman girl like in media arts. Well,
why
like,
a girl?
Just like a girl that was homeschooled. Somebody who's a little bit more naive, just like a random like homeschooled like naive girl who's going to USC for like media arts.
Okay.
And we just try to make our podcast look like it has a bigger following than it does, and then we just like charge her or or we just or the opposite. Sorry, like if we ever get to a point where we can hire an editor,
Yeah.
we just lie and say we suck and that we're only going to pay you like $50 a month, or I don't know, just something that like they would be.
We can pay
That's
her
terrible.
like probably like $100 a video.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need
Or
a hot
$50
chick.
a video.
That'd be cool. Just to have a hot chick on there, like just like another random girl. The camera
You just want an
pans to her.
excuse to talk to a hot chick. You're like, yes, we need to hire someone.
Yeah.
Please set in all of the finest women you can
Right,
find.
the harem. Send in Alexander the Great's harem. No, I'm saying for the views, just because you never know. Dude.
Oh, you mean you want a hot chick like as a part of the pod?
Not even. I just heard neck up. It'd just be a pretty like just like.
Where do you want her? Like just here? Boom, hot chick.
You know
like,
how like in Ridiculousness, he'll say something and then Chanel Westcoast will just be like, and that's it. That's all they show.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
you just want a hot chick
I want
to
a
laugh.
producer that'll laugh, but I don't like. I'm at your.
But you want her to be a hot chick.
Dude, think about all the other producers they have. They got like skinny, like got like they got like skinny guys that are stand-up comedians. They got like fat Jewish dudes. It's like I don't want that. I don't want. I want like a normal, pretty looking girl.
Okay.
like that's it.
For our
That's not a bad idea.
For our 52 subscribers listening to this. Actually, no. For our 52 subscribers and the 12 people that listen to this that has gotten this far. For the one person that have
telling them where you look at the analytics, dude.
For the one
It's too
person
embarrassing.
that got this far, if you are a hot chick in the greater Columbia area,
Jesus Christ. Whoa. No. Can't have fans. It's too biased. We would rather we need fans at this point, dude. We need subscribers.
Okay.
She might unsubscribe. She might be like, I don't like that request.
If you are a moderate
They're
looking
fickle.
chick.
They're fickle, you know?
If you are a chick.
If you are. How are we going to define that one?
If you are a chick and you
If
are in the
you-
greater Columbia area,
and you want to
comment on this video.
podcast, I guess.
Comment on this video and you might win the chance. First giveaway.
They get here when like they can't even like use the equipment. You're like, get out of here.
They like look at the room that we're in. They're like, what the fuck?
Dude, when we set this up this way, I like it because we need it with one of the broken lights. But like, if I were to wake up in this room after having a bag on my head, I would be like, I'm about to get tortured. And then they hand you a microphone, and then they're like, what do you think about Lil Wayne? I'm like, Jesus, what do you think about? Yeah, dude, that's what it would be.
Huh? Dude, I do think it's funny that I
Like,
put the
I
green
don't do
screen
nothing.
over the window.
window, yeah.
Because it's like this room seems so much more dark during the day.
Yeah.
Like,
It would be funny if we got a hole in the green screen where it's just like the
The
window,
window.
and it just like had. And if you could like see people, that'd be cooler. But I think we're too high up for that.
no, I mean I like the green screen like this, but hey,
too. It's pretty
studio
sweet.
space, podcast room. What minute are we at?
40. You're supposed to do it discreetly. That's
41.
You got to.
41.
We're learning
We're
professionalism.
anti-professional on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Bro, I've glanced at that thing like 3 times. You didn't even notice.
Dude, I've broken the 4th, 3rd, and 5th wall. I don't give a fuck. I can do whatever I want because I'm Lil Wayne.
You can't break the. Oh, dude, how do you break the 5th wall? Like, how would you even? There's got to be a 5th dimension in the audience.
5th wall
The 5th wall.
is like the scent.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
you
because
could
like break the 4th wall is like them talking you through the screen. Like when they like where you assume that they're not in character anymore. They're walking out of their character to talk to you.
Yeah.
You ever watched a movie with somebody? We probably have talked about this. This is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah.
You ever watch a movie with somebody and then you start to realize it's not like the first time you've watched it with them, and you start to realize that like they don't fundamentally understand a plot. Like they could read a book and they wouldn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like they just don't know how to follow a story.
Yeah.
Like how do people like that even watch movies that have 4th wall break? I would be imagine imagine their confusion, dude.
They're like, wait, who are they talking to right now?
They're like, are they talking to me, dude? like for
Dude,
real.
imagine like watching like Fight Club and having them. They're like, wait, has he been talking to me this whole time?
Yeah.
How is he doing that? What is he
I
doing?
guarantee you that
Doesn't
somebody
he know this is a movie?
Yeah, I guarantee that somebody with schizophrenia has been triggered by that before, like a character
Probably.
break. Imagine you're on drugs. or
Imagine if
something
you're
and
like really high and you've never seen a movie before, that movie like
Yeah.
Fight Club
Yeah.
before, and
Yeah.
you're like, bro, I think he's talking to me.
and there's like nobody next to you. It's like,
I
it's
think
like your
he's talking
cat.
to us.
Yeah, it's like your cat's next to you.
Bro, did I tell you about the drama in my barber school?
No,
Oh,
go ahead, dude.
dude, let me tell you.
What's going on at Paul
So,
Mitchell?
dude, basically, I'm in high school.
Yeah, dude.
basically, I'm in high school.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, okay, for all of the one of you that don't know yet, I'm in barber school. I started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So for the first 6 weeks, right? I'm specifically, so it's a cosmetology school. They have Cosmos, obviously. That's what we call them for short. We have Cosmos, and then we have barbers. There's nail techs and esthetician people. I'm so sorry.
Losers.
People as well.
Yeah. People that aren't
but
cool
they
enough
do
to cut
their
hair.
own, completely own different thing. For the barbers and Cosmos, they have certain start dates, and you're in a core class for your first 6 weeks. And in core, they have all of the barbers and the Cosmos together, right? And you're just learning fundamental things. You're learning skin care, skin
Grafts.
stuff. You're learning hair structure, hair formation, hair texture, density, all that shit.
All the
And
science
you're
stuff.
learning very basic, like how to use tools, like even blow drying, straightening, curling hair, cutting hair, yada, 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 all the basic stuff. And then after the 6 weeks, you go into your profession, your area of business. They have a dedicated like barber area that's closed off from the rest of the school. I'll be in there once I'm out of core. But core is literally just like right now we have 27 people in our core class. So right now it's just 27 people in this one room.
And it's like both things mixed together. Yeah.
In this one room all day long for 6 straight weeks, right? Same teacher all day long, just sitting in there.
Yeah, it's a high school classroom.
Literally, it's like elementary school.
That's
really.
a lot of people. That's like a big classroom in a school. It's like 27
Yeah,
people.
dude. So basically, like,
you're just in there
there's a
with
lot
crazy-
of drama because there's like a specific table that doesn't ever stop talking, even when the teacher tells them to stop talking. And the teacher like puts in effort, but not like a lot of effort to tell them to stop talking.
Right.
And
They're adults. This is like
and
tough
essentially like one of the other students went to administrator and like kind of told on the teacher and was like, she doesn't ever tell them to be quiet. And the teacher didn't like that. So the teacher was like, hey, whoever did that, like, you know, at least tell the truth. Like, I do tell them to be quiet. It's not my fault they don't be quiet, Yada, yada, yada.
This is high
and
school.
Then,
this is every,
and then,
like...
Bro, I haven't even gotten to the crazy part.
That's exactly what happens when
and
kids
then
do that.
in the middle of her doing that, one of the guys raises his hand, and she's like, yeah, what do you have to say? And he's like, I just want it to be known that there's 2 people in this class that don't fuck with me. And I just want to let them know that I don't fuck with them either. I don't like them. And
Are you
dude,
serious?
Word for word. He said there's 2 people in this class that don't fuck with me, and I just wanted to be known that I don't fuck with them. And he was like, so
is this guy white, right?
it doesn't matter.
No. It sounded like it was for a second.
So it doesn't matter. But
doesn't matter, no.
But anyway, so that all happens. And he's like, don't even look at me. Don't talk to me. You see me walk past. I don't like you. You don't like me. It's fine. Don't fucking talk to me.
Oh,
and the
damn.
teacher's like,
He's
we're in
dead
this
ass.
class. We're in this class. No one has to like each other. We just have to be here together. We have to learn together.
No one has to like anybody. That's so funny.
And
It's
then
like
this
for
girl
kids.
who knows that she's one of the girls that don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
Fucks with him. Like, she literally walks right up to him and was like, hey, like, I'm sorry. Like, and
sorry.
She was like, hey, I just want to say. And like, that's all she got out. Right. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get to stepping.
Get to stepping.
And I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
This
Like, I
guy's
was
the
like,
main character,
it's
dude.
Friday, bro. Like, I'm just trying to chill. Like, I was like, why is there a fight about to happen? And dude, and then like, yeah, a bunch of like random shit's happening. There's another drama with like a girl in our core class and a girl outside of class because, okay, there's only one area that we're allowed to smoke at school, and it's basically behind the school. And there's several parking spots back there, and it's all handicap spots. And there's one student that parks in the handicap spot. He has a big truck where we smoke. There's no cover. They try to make it as uncomfortable as possible to smoke, right? There's no cover of the elements.
Yes, you're
and
just
there's no
exposed.
place to sit, right? You're just standing out there smoking.
Just in the parking lot.
This
kind of, or
guy,
something.
yeah, but it's in the back of the school specifically. This guy has a truck and he'll let people sit on his truck in the bed or on the tailgate because there's no place to sit otherwise.
Pretty nice
And
thing
one
to do.
day there was this girl in our class that was sitting on his truck, and it was just her alone. And the guy who owns the truck goes to my school, and his girlfriend does too. The girlfriend walks out and sees this girl on her man's truck.
Man.
So she walks
Get
in.
off my man's truck.
She walks in. She was like, "What's that girl doing on your truck?" Like,
just in the classroom. Just comes in the class. And
I mean,
says
there's
that?
no like he's not in core, so there's no like.
Oh,
once you're
gotcha,
out of
gotcha.
core, there's no real
Okay.
classroom. You're just
You're
like
just in the building.
You're just doing stuff.
Yeah,
You're
I've
just
been there
doing
before.
shit.
I got
Yeah.
a haircut there from somebody who was learning
You're
how
gonna
to
get a
cut hair.
haircut there in the future, too.
Hey,
by me.
nice.
But anyway, actually, this December 18th to be exact is when I'm gonna cut your hair.
Dude, when the guy who sent me to get my haircut there, he literally was like, I may have forgotten the detail, maybe he told me or not,
Yeah.
but up front, but he was like, hey, I know this girl that's like cutting hair there. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I guess he's friends with her. And I was like, I need a haircut.
You had to pay, right?
Yeah, I had to pay.
It was like 30, 25?
Like 25, I think,
25.
or 20. This was like years ago.
So, if you come in on the 18th, you don't have to pay. But if you come after that, you do have to pay.
I'll be there on the 18th.
Of
then.
course,
Yeah.
I can always cut your hair here.
True.
For pretty much free. I prefer a tip if you have one.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to cut my hair, if you ever want me to cut your hair,
They're pressuring me to tip right now.
if you ever want me to cut your hair at school, where I'm under the supervision of someone can fix it if I fuck it up.
They can fuck you up if you fuck me up, dude. That's
Yeah.
what, yeah.
So if you ever want that, that comes with a price, and it's about $25.
Okay.
And there as well, I would prefer a tip.
I want
you
my
are
hair,
allowed to tip. I'm
I
just
want,
letting you
I
know.
want my hair insured, dude.
Yeah. So essentially, if you get your hair cut at my school, at least like there's a teacher that's over me checking my work.
Yeah.
So you're not leaving fucked up. If I cut your hair here, you're liable to get a fuck up. I'm just saying.
Yep. That's my own risk, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
I think if a barber messes up somebody's hair, they should be allowed to do a little something in theirs.
dude, there's actually, I mean, I don't know if how long ago did you get your hair cut there?
It was like 2015.
Okay, it was a very long time ago. I don't know if you remember,
Or
but
the
you had
20
you had to sign something. I don't know if you remember.
I did have to sign something.
Yeah.
I was like,
Basically-
what is this, a trampoline park or something?
Basically,
Like,
what you're signing is like if the student barber fucks your hair up,
right?
You can't do anything. That's basically what it says.
What would I do anyways? Fight somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could do.
But
like
the
it's
people
like
who would fight, the
it,
paper
it
wouldn't
might
stop
be it
them.
might be saying like you can't like refuse to pay or something. You can't just be like fuck this.
Watch me.
With this
Just walk
stupid ass
out and
haircut.
just-
Like
No.
you can't sue the school, which like it would be funny if someone's like, "I'm gonna sue you.
Paul
Look at this
Mitchell.
fucking
I'm
hairline."
gonna sue Paul Mitchell because they fucked up my hairline.
Yeah.
No, but I go there and like I thought that I should have. It was Tyler Smith that sent me over there, and I should have. You know how you used to get naive to people, like you think like, oh, this guy's probably trying to like set me up or like maybe hook me up with somebody he knows.
Yeah.
He's not thinking like that at all,
No.
dude. No, not at all.
He
And
just-
he was just like, oh, body looks like disgusting. He needs a haircut. I should.
Oh,
go
this was
tell
when your
him.
hair was long too.
This was
wasn't
like
it?
right after I had got it cut. So maybe it was like
Oh,
2017
okay.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Or maybe I was just getting a maintenance haircut or something when it was
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
I don't know. But I go there and and like she's, gorgeous lady, and I'm just sitting there and at about like halfway through, I'm not looking for this sign at all. And half of that, I like realized she's like wearing like an engagement ring, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Like I thought about the way that he had approached me and like told me about it and hyped it up, kind of made it seem like that was the vibe.
He was probably just hit.
It was just one of his friends'
Yeah,
fiancés.
who
It was
needs
just like-
who needs people to cut?
Yeah.
She needs clients to cut at
Yeah.
barber school. That's basically what it is.
It was just one of his. I just misread the whole thing. Like when
Yeah.
I went back,
Dude, I'll tell you,
like,
there
he
are a
made me
lot
just-
of fine people at Paul Mitchell. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'll tell
there's
you
something
that.
there.
I'll tell you that right now. That's all I gotta say about it too. That's all I'm gonna say about it. There are.
I've only met
It's a
one.
good. What I'll say is it's a good looking school.
Hey.
You know, we have it all too.
You have it all. You
We
have
have it all.
The race and the gender. It's everywhere.
We have it all.
You got
We
everything.
have it all.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love the
I love it.
diversity of the school.
It's probably rubbing off a little bit.
For anyone who's watching this at this point, I have not said anything negative.
No,
I
nothing
love it
negative.
all. I love.
Yeah.
I really do love the school. Actually,
You contribute to it,
dude.
The Puerto
Every
Rican
Monday
suave.
and Friday we have like a huddle where like they call it a huddle, which I think is what I think. But anyway, they call it a huddle,
and they get to decide who takes turns sitting on the guy's trucks to smoke.
No, but basically the entire school gets together. They do like, they call some people out. It's like they have like a student council, which I think is stupid.
What? Dude, there's 27 people in this shit.
Well, no, there's
Oh,
27 people in
the
my
core.
class.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's
But I think it's stupid to have student council at a school like that because like it's based on hours. There's no like years. There's no like freshman, sophomore, senior, junior. I missed one. There's no class.
It's like a 20-year-old and a 60-year-old.
Because like you can have like you can have 100 hours left, and like if the past president graduates, you can run to be president, and you'll only be president for 100 hours, which is like 2 fucking weeks. Like,
that's no time.
Or 3 fucking weeks.
How often are they voting? They're doing home elections.
So I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, wait. So and then like also because you can basically run for like student council as soon as you're out of core, and once you're out of core, you're probably at 200 hours, maybe something like that. So if you did that, then you can be the president for pretty much 1,200 hours, which is basically almost an entire year. That's fucking crazy to me. And
you
then,
could literally become the president when you graduate. You should do that.
Honestly, I think I can because the current president is literally about to graduate.
You should.
So I'm gonna run.
You should start to like campaign on the low.
No, fuck that. I don't.
Just make some cookies at home and give cookies
out. I'm not trying to be anything.
I guarantee you make.
I'm trying to go to school.
Cookies, you're good.
I'm trying to go to school, cut hair, and get out.
You don't have to deal with all the drama.
I'm not dealing. Listen, I don't fuck with anybody. No one fucks with me. I'm cool with everybody. I talk to the guys that no one likes. I talk to the girls that everyone likes. I talk to everybody. I don't care. Like, it's just, I don't care. Like, I don't deal with drama.
Dude, like the kind of people that like run for the. Okay, so first of all, when I heard about you being a barber, like my perception of barber school has completely changed from our conversation right now. Yeah, I thought that it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, this is just a place where it's like, obviously there's government regulations on who can cut hair and you've got to get licensed, and so we just need a building to do this in, and we're gonna have somebody who like has a license to teach and then do that. Like now, and they just call it school. Now I'm realizing that like no, they call it school because it is a school.
It's a school,
and it's ran like a school and it's organized like a school, and that's where I was just like, dude, somebody put that dude in timeout. Bro.
I mean, it's like it's organized like school, but it's. I mean, there are differences. Right. Obviously, but yeah, it's basically school,
dude. Like and also to run for something like that, where it's like, okay, possibly no extra pay, you just are in charge of stuff, and like you've got to have pretty much no life.
I really doubt it comes with a scholarship. Like when I was president of junior class. I was president of junior class in college. That came with a scholarship.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's why I didn't. Well, I did. I guess I did run for the thing, but I didn't get it. I just was like the treasurer instead. But that's a good job because you don't have to do anything.
I ran for junior class president because no one else would.
That's crazy.
Literally, Tyler, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Tyler came up to me the end of sophomore year, and he was like, working for Student Life at the time, and he was just like, listen, he was like, no one wants to run for junior class president, and we need a junior class president.
Yeah.
Will you do it? And I said, well, I'm the Adventure Club president next year. And I was like, can I do both and get double the scholarship? And he said, yes. And I said, word, I'll do it.
Word, I'll do it.
Because they told me,
real, that's a paid
they
job,
told me my sophomore, because I ran for sophomore class president, and then at the end of my freshman year, and then during that same time, someone was like, hey, do you want to be the Adventure Club president? I was like, sure. So I was the Adventure Club president, and then Tyler came up to me and was like, hey, you can't be 2 presidents at the same time. And I said, what? And he was like, you can't. And I was like, okay. So I just stopped running for sophomore class president.
Right.
And then at the end of my sophomore year, he was like, hey, do you want to be the junior class president? Because no one else will do it.
No one else is running.
I was like, all right.
Well, he was really asking, and then please do this.
Dude, he made me do a speech too.
That's so dumb.
He made me do
I'm doing you a favor.
He made me do a campaign speech. And I was like, why do I have to do a campaign speech? No one's running. He was like, you just have to do it. And I was like, fine. And basically my speech was like my speech was so fucking stupid.
Embarrassing too.
My speech was so stupid. No. It wasn't embarrassing. I was just like honest as fuck. Mine was just honest. I was like, listen, guys. And I was like, as class president, I don't have a lot of power to do anything. I was like, I have a small budget where I plan certain events, And I was like, and I'll do my best to plan those events as best as I can with my team. And I was like, and also I'm in charge of chapel. That's basically it. I'm in charge of junior chapel, which only happens twice a semester, 4 times. I'm going to make sure to have good food there. You know, Chick-fil-A, whatever you guys want. Let me know what you want. And then I'm planning junior senior in the spring. I'm going to make sure that's good. And then I'm going to plan a junior retreat in the fall. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'll take, you know, if you guys want to go to certain places, let me know where you want to go. And then I told him, I was like, straight up, that's pretty much all my power is to do those things.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the only thing
any other problems, don't
because
come to
I
me.
remember like freshman year, whenever we were running for like sophomore president, all these people were just like literally like just shedding out like fake promises. Like I promise to have I promise to have fucking, I don't know, cheer wine in the cafeteria. I was like, you don't have fucking power to do that.
You can't do that.
No one, like, you can't do that. Like,
what if we work with like a different like food company?
Exactly. I was like, you can't just say that and just be like,
cheer wine and Mellow Yellow are out Oregon. Can't have them, dude.
So anyway, I just went up there. I was like, listen, guys, I literally said the words, I don't have a lot of power to do a lot of stuff. All I do are these things. I was like, I plan this event, and these events. That's what I do. And I work with a small budget. I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's basically what I told them.
Bro,
the small budget
approach.
The small budget thing was a lie though, because since junior class plans junior senior, which is a really big event, the junior class's budget is bigger than any other class's budget.
Oh, that's how it
like
should be.
I think our budget was like close to like $20,000. And every other class has like 7,000.
Dude, I was the treasurer of the junior class, and when we planned junior senior,
like hell of expensive, wasn't it?
It was hella expensive, and then because I was like, we're paying how much for that? I'm just like giving ladies checks and shit, like, and then
dude, also side note, my junior year was COVID year, so and COVID didn't even really like affect schools until like about spring break,
right?
And by that time, most of junior senior was already planned. Yeah. Like I already booked the venue. I already booked a lot of stuff.
Wait, we had prom in college. Basically, we need to let people know that like.
Well, most colleges have something very similar. Most colleges have not like a big junior senior, but most colleges, like a lot of sororities, have like formals.
Oh, I know there's like formals, but usually it's like by organization.
Basically, junior senior. It's kind of like prom. Junior class puts it on to celebrate the senior class. That's basically what it is.
Right. And only juniors and seniors
and seniors can go. So it's very similar to prom.
Very similar to prom. It's
prom.
It's prom. It's prom, dude.
It's prom.
For 21-year-olds.
It's prom. But I promise you, pretty much all colleges have that.
I know.
I guarantee you.
It was just kind of like, when we were there doing it, I was kind of just like, why are we doing this again? Like, I was after we had planned the whole thing, it was fun because we did it at the zoo. I like doing that. That was fun at the zoo. But, dude, they should have... Okay, I ran for sophomore class president, but you know what the problem is that I didn't... Like, I guess I didn't actually care enough because I didn't research anything on, like, I didn't talk to anybody at the school of, like, hey, what should I say? What should I do? What should I put in my speech? What are my responsibilities?
So you didn't know anything. You were just like, oh, I'll run.
Because, dude, I was such a fucking retard, dude. I had been to, like, there was, like, this program that, like, people going into their senior year of high school in South Carolina do in different states. It's called like the Palmetto Boys State. That's what they call it.
Yeah, Boys State.
Right?
Yeah.
But whatever. But so different names for different states, but it's all called Boys State or whatever.
Dude, different strokes for different folks.
Right. And then you have to run for offices and give like little speeches throughout the week as you climb the ladder. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do this, that. And then I was like, me and 50 other people, it was like me and 30 or 40 other people out of like, 1,000 or 1,500 ran for governor of South Carolina, like mock governor.
Yeah.
And dude, the speech I gave was atrocious. Like it was so bad. I wrote it.
Wait,
on
is
my
that
phone
is that what Boys State is?
It's mock politics.
I didn't know that's what Boys State was.
Yeah, and
I don't
it's
know.
Not even like
you know what
politics.
I thought Boys State.
It's about like making up chants. So like I get there.
You know what I thought Boys State was?
just a homoerotic, retarded fuck fest.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a retreat. I thought it was just like you go to the woods and you have fun.
You're
and
in
like,
the woods? No, dude,
I thought it was
at Anderson University.
I
We
thought
were
it was
just
at a
in
camp.
dorms,
I
bro.
thought it was at a camp.
Dude, we were in like I thought CIU had bad dorms. I went to Anderson's dorms and I was like, this is a jail cell, dude.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
it's bad.
Dude, Charleston
Like-
Southern sucks too. I would say Charleston Southern is a little bigger.
Yeah.
But it like none of the you can't move. Our furniture is way better.
I get to Boise State on the first day, and I was looking at the offices to run for, and I thought, like, how would I approach running for each one?
Yeah.
And then, like, within the first 2 hours, they were like, hey, so, like, here's a point system, and here's how our team wins, and, like, whoever comes up with the best chance usually gets the most points. So I immediately realized within the first 2 hours of being there, I'm like, oh, this isn't even about what I thought it was really about. Like, they had prepped you to maybe like, oh, it's about politics and, like, learning and, like, you know, being a productive member of society. And then they were like, who here can come up with the best fucking chant? And then was like, me, dude, I'll come up with chants. So that was what I spent my time writing was chants and speeches.
Wait. How does
Yeah.
Boise State work? Like, how do you get to go to Boise State?
Not the way I did. I was an asshole about it.
How do you do
like,
it?
The way you do it is that somebody in your high school recommends that you go because of like your grades or your extracurricular. Like it's just like, does this teacher like you? Are you a person that they like? And you do things and you weren't a piece of shit. And then they're like, oh, well, we like this kid, and so do these other teachers who we talked to as well in the break room. Let's recommend them to the school. Like, to
So
the
how many
principal's office.
students from each school got or how many students did from your school got to go?
It was like 20.
Okay, so it's a
20 to
decent
30?
amount. It's not like one boy from every high school.
It's like a couple dozen,
Okay.
you know?
I got
and,
you.
dude, I wanted to go, and I was trying to figure out, like, how do you, like...
Go.
Yeah, and what I found
Did
out
you have to
was
pay
that-
for it?
Yeah, I got, like, a discount. No, I got no discount because I didn't get invited to go.
So how did you get to go?
I'm about to tell you.
All right.
Yeah, so
Tell me.
I didn't even realize like what it was until pretty late in the like I was like, oh, I want to go to this. This sounds cool. Somebody just talked
Yeah.
about it at lunch one day, and I find out that like the cutoff is passed. Like everybody who can be recommended can be recommended, but literally like this is like I'm about to expose how crazy I am. Like I was looking at the list and I was just like, how the fuck do they choose like have these people over me? That's retarded. And so what I did is that I went to like all of my teachers that I was cool with. And I was like, hey, would you write me a personal recommendation for this program this summer? Like, here's why I want to go. And, like, here's what we're going to do. And I just didn't even know about it. Like, but this is apparently how. Okay, so what all these other kids do is that they do the same thing I did, but, like.
Just earlier than you did.
This earlier than I did. And then some of the kids, obviously the cool ones, like, they don't ask because they're getting
They just
in.
got-
They're
yeah,
getting in.
yeah.
But, like. There was other people out there, scampering around like a salesman. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll just no shame go ask everybody. And like, I just did that, got enough written recommendations, and they got added to the list. And then they were like, yeah, but you got to like pay in full. And like some people got partial scholarships, people got full scholarships. Or whatever.
Okay, so some
Yeah.
people get scholarships.
Yeah.
What is the full amount?
I think it was like just over $1,000
Damn.
for like 8 days. It's
Okay.
it's like long. It's like a whole
But
week.
damn.
Yeah.
I would not have. Nope. Not me. No, ma'am.
Yeah,
No, sir.
it wasn't worth it. It was
No
worth
boys.
like I guess it was worth the experience to tell on a podcast with,
Hey.
But like,
I'm
but-
glad you're getting your grand
Dude,
worth.
no, I wrote the speech.
Get that band, boy.
I didn't even. I was insane because I like thought I could wing things like that.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I don't need to like research like how to structure a speech and all this stuff. It was like I'll just write it on my notes app like the night before, and I just stayed up till like 4 a.m. Dude, I was like writing like it was like talking about like the streams and the rivers of South Carolina. Like, it was like. I wrote it like I was writing a novel. Like I wrote it like I was going to be like an
And you had to
emotional,
do it?
like, I gave a speech in front of like 1,000+ people. like, and it was, and I bombed. Like I was the last person to go somehow. like I was on the name of the
That's
list.
the worst,
Yeah,
because everyone remembers that one.
Yeah, like the guy who won the guy who won the governorship had the best speech ever, and like,
was he from your high school?
No, it was just some like short, skinny Indian kid from like Greenville or something.
Greenville,
He was a
okay.
cool kid though, and dude, Indians kill it in South Carolina government. Like they got it, yeah, like Nikki Haley, all them,
Yeah.
and like he goes up there and this made me so mad too because I spent all night writing this long thing. I made an outline of it. Like I somewhat memorized the speech. I memorized the key points of it. And it was like I was born and raised in South Carolina. I have stories about like the Piedmont, the Midlands, like everything, dude. I have like historical events in here.
Yeah.
And about multiple hours into writing this, I literally was just like, this is such a gay speech, dude. I'm scrapping this. And I was just like, you know what? Instead of trying to be like sentimental and like emotional, I'm just gonna try to be funny. Like this is all I knew. I was trying to be sentimental. I should.
Did anyone laugh?
I went up there and it was mostly just like I didn't even know how to like write a bit or do it, but it was just like jokes that I was just writing a speech and I was just like, okay, just make the speech funny. Just say funny things in the speech. And it did not do well. Like I didn't get a single like clap. Like you're supposed to get claps at speeches, not laughs. Like no claps. I got like a couple laughs and I thought they were laughing at my jokes probably, but they were probably just laughing at how terrible I was doing. And what made me so angry is I had to go. Like, I think I was like 49th. There was like 49 people.
Yeah.
And the kid who won, and we're all just sitting up on stage. So we're all sitting in chairs waiting our turn. And then the person's walking to the podium. So you're seeing me just like the whole time, like, you know. Like,
wait, when you do the speech, do you sit back down or do you leave?
You just sit back down.
Oh my god!
But I was the last.
So all
one.
of them were up there watching you give this terrible speech. Just walking the back of your head.
I had to watch everybody go before me. There was like I think one, and there was two other guys from my school that ran for governor, and they gave like pretty good speeches. You know, they didn't win, but like they gave good speeches. I just gave whatever. I was just up there talking about South Carolina. I was trying to talk about Boy State and like how it's fake and like how it's like half of it's not even real, and that it's about chance when it shouldn't be. I was like, but our chants are the best. I like shouted out my team, so like my boys are riding with me, dude. My one. Here's the thing. I'm good
shout out. Hey, I'm gonna be the governor of South Carolina. My boys.
Hey, yeah,
my boys.
We're all named after the rivers.
My boys, right?
All the groups are named after the rivers.
Congaree.
Yeah, I was like, yo, Catalucci, like we in here,
right?
Dude. I forget who we were, dude. Honestly,
they were probably like, "What the fuck?"
No, they were hyped for me, but like, I can only corral about 50 dudes. Like, I can only get the people in my dorm room to get behind me, and then nobody else. They were like, "Who is this guy?" But they were like, "Oh, he's fun, he's awesome." But like, it was not about politics. But it made me so mad that I scrapped my sentimental like South Carolina speech because that's exactly what the Indian kid did.
Yeah.
He was like, "From the rivers to the sea," you know, kind of thing, like. And it killed. People loved it, dude. He was just like, I will not stand it. Like, he was at one point like, I won't stand up to corruption in the state. Like, dude. Like, and it's kind of like, this is not real. Like what corruption at Boy State are we talking about? Like, but
I would not stand for the corrupt chants given in the dorm rooms at night.
Yeah. He was like, I'm tired of people calling me 7-Eleven.
And I'm like, tired of this lame, crusty-ass pizza in the cafeteria.
Yeah, dude. I'm tired of
no
these
more.
I'm tired of these summertime workers.
We shall eat Chick-fil-A from the hands of poor people.
I will say that it was good to scratch a speech because when I realized that I did exactly what he did and like wrote it in the same style, but his was like so much better than mine would have ever been. Like,
you don't know that?
Well,
you don't know that.
Maybe not, but like the way that he spoke it really sounded like, oh, not only did this guy like run
he
for
probably
governor,
wrote it a while
like
ago.
this guy wrote this 8 months ago when he heard about Boy State on the announcements in his first period. like he's been working on this for a long time. He's practiced it. He's, you know, drafted it multiple times, edited it.
Yeah.
Like I literally brought my phone to the podium and just had the notes app and was like, you know, everybody
Did he have it printed out?
Yeah, but he wasn't even, it wasn't word for word. Like, he had already had everything up here. Like, he was prepared. Like, that's when I first realized, I was like, oh, like, when you're in, like, real competition for something, like...
You have to...
Yeah, I was like, I was like 17. I was like, well, I had done, like, stuff like that, but never for, like, something where you're getting elected to something, where you're like, oh, with a whole group of people are coming to choose, like... They're going to be like, who is this guy? If I would have done what I was going to do, it would have been worse than what I did. Because at least I didn't do the same thing he did.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone 2 after him, like 1 before the last, 2 after him. Everybody after him was fucked because he gave the best speech of the night. Everyone's tired already and wants to go home.
Dude, I've only ever gone through elections in college twice. Every time there's no elections for Adventure Club president. I was Adventure Club president for 3 years. There's no election for that. I just became it. You know,
You
I
were
was
king
just,
of the woods.
Exactly. I just had that budget to myself, and I just bought me and Sam a bunch of climbing stuff, and that's all we did.
Yeah, dude. I knew
But anyway,
that's so funny.
For the first time around for sophomore class president, my freshman year, like they announced it. I was in class, all my youthman buddies were around me, and I was just like, "Hey guys, we should run as like a youthman like group, you know, like the whole team is youth ministry." And like someone was like, "Yeah, that'd be a good idea." And then we're just like, "Boom, we're running." Right?
Yeah.
So we started running, and then there was this other guy who I used to not like. I came around to him probably like junior year, but freshman, sophomore year, hated him. And this is one of the reasons why I hated him, because he was going around laughing at our team, because he was like, "Bro, they're youthmen."
I kind of remember this little.
They were
bit,
like, "Bro, they're youthmen. They don't do any homework.
Yeah,
they don't do
care.
anything. They just play games all day." And then shortly after we decided to run, I was told by Tyler that I can't run. I can't be two presidents at the same time. And I was like, well, I want to be president. I don't want to be like treasurer or something. So I was like, I'm just going to drop. And then someone took my place as president, and they added another youthman person. But I was still campaigning for the youthman team, because in my mind, I was like, that's my team. I literally created it.
Yeah.
So I was going around behind that guy's back telling everyone, like, listen, I was like, what the sophomore class does, like the team, they plan chapels and they plan events. I was like, as youthman majors, what we are learning to do is to plan chapels and to plan events. And when I said that, everyone was like, oh, yeah, you're literally going to college.
And everybody else is like, oh.
To do what you're like running to do.
It is the best group of majors to pick from.
Yeah,
for
so
that
everyone
thing,
was like,
honestly.
oh yeah, it makes sense to choose you. And then we won. Like, and I was like, yes. They didn't shoot out like the numbers. Like, I don't know like how much we won by.
Right.
But like I bet it was like by a landslide, because I told like the person who was running in my place, because I couldn't run, I told her to say like, hey, just like highlight the fact that you're all youthmen, and that literally your job is to just plan chapel and to plan events, and that's literally what you're going to college for, is to do those two things. And they were like,
dude, when I was a treasurer, dude, you don't even have to get elected. It was just like whoever the president was could make a team.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
So whenever I ran for like that my freshman year and to go into the sophomore year, I honestly can't even remember what the speech was. I think I said something along the effect of like, I think I made myself, I was just trying to be honest, but when you're honest and you don't know anything, that's the problem. Because I was just like, I'm not like really sure what the responsibilities of this position are. And then the second I realized I articulated that out loud, I was like, oh, well, that's it. And I just did the rest of my speech. But every other person who was running, like, ended up being like, there's only 4 positions on the team. It's like treasurer, vice president, president, secretary.
Yeah.
5 of us ran. They all just got on a team together, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that was so funny, dude. It was like they all ran, and then it was like, "Oh, the former team," and I was like, "Oh, I might be on this team." Nope. I was the one dude out. Like,
that's funny.
So
They're
funny,
like,
dude.
not body.
I literally had the worst speech, but I was like, I thought I was going good at first, and then I wasn't promising people things. I was just like giving ideas of what I thought would be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And then like after my speech was over, somebody was like telling me, they were like, half the things that you said that you wanted to do like aren't responsibilities of them. And I was like, well, I should have.
The only type of power that it's only really the president. The only type of power that the president has is that when you're a president of a class, or actually if you're the president of any organization, technically, you're automatically a part of student senate. And student senate is led by the student body vice president. Yeah. And technically the student senate has potential power to change things at the school. And I say that very loosely, because it's like, if everyone in Senate is like, hey, look, this needs to change, then the vice president has power to tell the president has the power to talk to administrators and make some type of change happen. But it's a very slim chance, and it's a long chain to get down there. But it's not like you can't just be like, I promise to have Taco Tuesday every Tuesday, because think about what you don't think about what the cafeteria does for
Right.
you, but what you can do for the cafeteria.
And people
And what I
imagine-
could do is make Taco Tuesday happen. And like,
Is this Ronald Reagan up there? Bro, that is crazy. Like, I think I remember you. That was the one part of that story I do remember is how many people just like. See, I wasn't quite at that level to where I was just gonna promise things, but I was talking like, oh, like this guy clearly doesn't know what's happening. See, I ran for 3 things in a row, and it
you
took
didn't
me.
know what was happening.
So the first thing I ran for was like the boys' state thing in the summer. I was so like mad at myself. I was like, oh, like you literally didn't know. That was complete trial run, no
Yeah.
help, like just figuring it out on my own. Realized that's not like should have stuck with my guns and wrote something sentimental, but should have actually worked on it and not just rushed it, you know. And then I was like, okay, well, what should I do? Like, I want to run for class president in like high school, and the only reason I wanted to do that was because I thought like I might get some pussy if this happens. Like, I literally thought that in my head. I was like, wait a second, the class president is not gonna. That's not gonna help them at all. If anything, it's just gonna make your life more stressful. It's just gonna be like now you have to do stuff for no pay, and you got to organize this stuff. You got to stay at prom until it closes or something
Pretty
like that.
much,
like,
yeah.
You
have
got
to
to set
organize
it up
everything,
and shit.
yeah.
And it was like, I had the best video, and they cut my audio from it because like I had jokes written in there and everything, and it was a sketch. We made a sketch.
Yeah.
It was like I did like a speech, like we just remade the Napoleon Dynamite scene.
Yeah.
Like I just had Trace like do the whole dance because he's the only friend I had that could like dance. And pop and shit like that. And I just dressed up as Pedro and like let my mustache grow for like a month and a half and like. And just I like got the full costume and like slicked the hair. Used like I went and bought oil for my hair, and I just like had him do the entire dance. And then like the camera followed him, and we were filming it with like a shitty iPad. And then and then the camera went on me, and it zoomed in, and it was just like time. The delivery and the timing was perfect. And I was just like, if you voted for me, some of your dreams might come true. Like I changed the line a little bit. And I was so excited to see it, dude. We were called in the homeroom. It's like, for some reason, they don't do this the year before. They do it, like, in September of the senior year. And, like, everyone's video plays. And then they get to mine and zero audio. And I literally was about to throw some shit at the wall. I was so angry. I was like, they fucked my video up, dude. Like they this is corruption, bro. Like,
this is corruption.
Like somebody,
I will not stand for the corruption.
Well, the thing is I think
someone paid them off.
I think seriously somebody watched the videos and they realized that every other one was just like, hey, my name's this. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then a girl entered the last minute because there was 4 guys and 1 girl. But she literally entered 3 days before the election after like you know, 2.5 weeks. And of course, she instantly got 50% of the vote. She instantly got every woman's vote. Yeah. You know, and like, and that made the 4 of us angry.
Yeah.
And then I kind of realized like, none of us even should be the like. We are the craziest out of a class of 900 people.
We should not.
We are the only 5 people who sat in our rooms and thought, I should run for this. And then, like, I had my grandma's baking cookies for me. I helped them. Like, I baked hundreds of cookies, and I distributed them at lunch. And I was just like, "Hey, vote for me. Here's a free cookie." That's literally what I was saying to people. Just saying, like,
you went hard,
like,
bro.
Yeah, but I was like, it
dude,
wasn't that
Emily,
much money.
Emily did that. Though. My sister.
Yeah.
Her video was do you remember the Mean Girl? Do you remember Mean Girls?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've seen
remember that scene where like they're just like kind of interviewing random people, and they're like, what's the girl's name? I don't know her name. The real cool one and like the popular girl.
Regina.
Yeah. It's like Regina. One time I saw her do this and I started doing that. Oh, Regina, she's so cool. Oh, Regina. You know, it's like multiple clips of people saying like times that something about Regina. So Emily just did that and she just like recorded a bunch of random people at school saying like, Emily Hernandez, she's so cool. One time I saw her, blah, 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 blah. And it just was multiple clips of that, like probably like 20 of them clipped together.
Right.
And it was very funny. It was very
That's
funny.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had Trace edit it and all that because I don't know how to do that very well. I was just like, I'll write it and I'll tell you where to go. And I think what happened is that I think somebody watched mine and was like, this guy doesn't care. Which I did care. I actually really wanted to do it. I was like, because I thought it'd be, you know, I thought it would be drowning in something over there.
Yeah.
But I was like, I thought humor is the way to high schoolers' hearts. And I was like, every other dude was just like, what's up, man? I'm like running cross country and I'm like cool and shit. You should like vote for me. Like, and then the girl was just like, I'm a woman, and then like she won, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm the only one that like may have actually got us a new vending machine, probably, but hey, that's
all
all.
right. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up, dude.
All right, dude.
No more Diet Cokes in schools, dude.
No
Bring
more
back
diet school.
Pre-Michelle days.
Pre-Michelle. She's not even there anymore.
She's not even there, and
Bring
she's
back
still
free
have it.
fry Fridays,
Dude, free fry Fridays.
Do you
Steal
remember
some
that?
chicken
Do you
nuggets, put
remember
them on
that?
the bottom of the tray when you
Oh,
walk
yeah,
out. I
dude.
do that, dude.
Alrighty, guys.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Thank you for watching this episode of JoBodie.
Yes,
my name
very
is
much.
Joe,
And I've been Bonnie.
and you have been listening.
We thank you. JoBodie. JoBodie. It's another JoBodie. It's JoBodie. And another JoBodie. Another one. JoBodie. This is a new episode of JoBodie.
I want your body. I need your body. As long as you got me, you don't need nobody.